Alright guys, it's 2 days before my top surgery, and I kind of wanted to make kind of a new kind of video before I go under the knife. Today I'll be talking about things that I think cis guys can learn from trans guys. I feel like cis straight men catch a lot of shit, especially in the LGBT community, because of the way they are socialized and the hardship and stress that can put on us. And I feel like sometimes we forget that socialization can get kind of hard on them too. This video is definitely not made in defense of toxic masculinity. It's also not meant to minimize the effect that toxic masculinity has on women and the LGBT community. But today I'm going to be focusing on specifically cis guys because I think that there are some hardships in there that deserve their own separate conversation. So if you're a cis guy watching this, hi, I don't hate you, I envy you a little bit. I don't think you're inherently evil or inherently more prone to become a sexual predator. Today I want to talk about my experiences as a trans guy and how I think what I've learned can enrich your life. So here it is, 4 things that I think cis guys can learn from trans guys. Number 1, it's okay to want to change parts of yourself as long as you're working towards who you are. If you wake up every morning and look in the mirror and hate what you see, if you look at yourself and think, this body doesn't represent me, it's totally fine to want to change that. I feel like our society really pushes the whole love yourself as you are thing, which is amazing. I love it. But self-actualization is also really important too. So if you look in the mirror and you hate your belly or your haircut or the way your teeth look, it's totally fine to work towards changing that. It's okay to want to get rid of your man boobs. I'm trying to get rid of my man boobs too. The fact that I need a surgeon and you need chicken and broccoli, totally irrelevant. The important thing here is that you're doing it for yourself and no one else. If you start dieting and working out to get women, or you start a job for the prestige and social status, you're gonna be left with a really empty feeling in the end. If you're gonna make a change like that, it's gotta make you happy. Number 2. Everyone in your life is going to have an opinion of what's best for you. Just because they care about you doesn't mean they're right. I had a really hard time talking to my family about my transition. I told my mom that I had started testosterone a month after I had actually started it. When I told her, she begged me to stop. She told me that I was making a mistake that I was going to regret for the rest of my life. My dad actually cited some statistic that 70% of people who medically transition end up regretting their decision. That statistic is bullshit, by the way. The number actually turns out to be a little bit less than 2%. Anyway, they begged me not to do it. I'm 15 months on testosterone now, and I don't regret a single moment of it. I'm happier, I'm more confident, my depression has almost completely gone away. I love my parents, I really do. But they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. If someone you love is telling you what college you should go to, or what you should major in, or who you should be dating, and it doesn't feel right, you've got to listen to yourself. Just because they love you doesn't mean they know what you need. Only you know that, and you need to listen to yourself. Number 3, your manhood and your masculinity is defined by you. You're a man because you know that's who you are. I don't care if you're 6'3", 200 pounds, and do professional boxing. I don't care if you're 5'2" and make a mean creme brulee. I don't fucking care if you go out every Saturday in a mini skirt and hot pink stilettos to do karaoke to Madonna songs. You are a man because you know that's who you are. Number 4 has a content warning. I'm going to be discussing mental health issues and mental health crises. If that's going to be really upsetting to you, I encourage you to click away now, but it's really, really important that I talk about this. I'm pretty sure you guys know by now that trans people are much more likely to attempt suicide than the rest of the population. What you might not know is that cis men are more likely to attempt and complete suicide than cis women. Regardless of what you feel about the concept of male privilege and whatnot, regardless of how many people tell you how good you have it, you need to know that mental illness doesn't discriminate. You are not alone, and help is out there. I'm going to link to a bunch of mental health resources in the description. I think you should check out NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness. I worked there for a long time. Great organization, lots of resources. It's so incredibly important that you get the help you need. I feel like men are frequently taught that emotional distress is a sign of weakness. You've got to listen to yourself. You're not weak for having a hard time. And you're not less of a man for needing to talk to someone. Suicide is not a joke. Wanting to hurt yourself is not a joke. If suicide starts to look appealing to you, if hurting yourself starts to look appealing to you, you need to get help. Now that I'm looking back at these, I feel like these are just kind of general life lessons that I've figured out along the way. But I really wanted to target it towards cis guys, because you guys are going through stuff too. Like, we're not the only ones. You guys are just as susceptible to having a hard time, and I want you guys to know that I'm with you 100%. I think everyone deserves that kind of positivity in their lives. And I think some guys just don't get enough of it, and I want to change that. Alright, guys, like I said, I'm getting top surgery in 2 days. I'm really excited. I'll be reaching out to you guys later on. Bye.